Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Whatever.
What is the Heritage chambered in there, budget?
This one I have both the 22 long rifle cylinder and the 22 Magnum cylinder.
Nice, nice.
You
I
can get
prefer the
them in
Magnum for
like
the handgun.
they'll come in a big bore. You can get them in like 357 if you really want to. I
Which
assume they're a
22
little
do
bit
you?
better made. They're not made with the Zamac, the pot metal stuff with a steel liner barrel like the 22s are, but still, if it's balanced like this one, I mean that's a neat little pistol. They, I mean, if you saw my Rough Rider video that I did with my buddy's pistol before I got my own, man, they're really nicely balanced. I like how they feel. I mean, they're pretty much a replica of the Colt Single Action Army, except for the retarded ass safety it has there. Oop, I shouldn't have said that word. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
A lifetime of bad habits.
Mm-hmm. Retarded ass safety. What do you think this is? A fucking budget guns and gears review chat?
Yeah, but it's not. It's not nice to use the R word there. It's not nice to say retarded.
Hey, in hit or miss, we don't censor because censoring is a form of blocking someone from their First Amendment right.
You mean an infringement?
Censoring is a form of an infringement.
Shut up, Everett.
So that's why on hit or miss we only do we let anybody if you curse a lot, go ahead and curse a lot, get it out of your system because guess what? It's your First Amendment right.
I guess I'm an infringing some bitch because I don't let
You
nobody
you
cuss on my
you
chat.
are. Why do you think I yell "shall not be infringed" on your show so often?
I think it's because you like to blow out the eardrums of those with the headphones.
Maybe only old men that use canes, but that's neither here nor there.
I
I
don't
don't know.
use a cane yet. Not anymore. Not unless I have knee surgery or something.
So everyone that's watching out there, we're testing this out on the inner tubes on what is it? We're testing it out on GunTube Chamber. Granted, yes, I am using OBS Studio instead of streaming directly from GunTube Chamber. Again, the streaming server right now is not up to snuff enough for us to do this all from GunTube straight to YouTube. We don't have we haven't gotten there yet. That's why the Indiegogo campaign is still going on, and that's why I am posting the link out there in the YouTube chat for everyone. There's the Indiegogo campaign. We're still running. I have extended it for the rest of the month, so by popular demand. So there we go. I got to go post this on gun channels now, and then we'll start hit or miss. It's just we're getting things situated right now. I know we're a little late, but Travis, you need to check your email. You have an email address. No, you have an email. You need to check the emails. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. But yeah, I mean, if I didn't send the email, someone send him in the email. But I think I did. Let's see here.
I'm on it.
Bloke. Pretty sure I sent it to Travis. If I missed Travis, then that's funny. I'll forward it to Travis.
I just sent it to his email.
There we go. So, alright. There we go. And let me go post this on gun channels for G-Webs. Otherwise, I will get, I will get yelled at. So.
Does he abuse you?
He may just a little bit.
You don't have to take that.
No, I don't.
You're worth more.
I am. I know. Not really. we go.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, no. Did you send it to the to Caliber Corner, or did you send it to my other one for email?
Send it to your other one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no. I just got the forward from David, so I've been checking it since I usually start about quarter till. I usually click and refresh my box, but I haven't had anything pushed through until just now. So it's all good, man. I ain't worried about it. I just didn't know if you were gonna go live tonight or not.
Oh yeah, no, we're going live. You know, granted,
Okay.
we're not going live straight from GunTube Chamber. We're using OBS to move it over, but we are still going live tonight. So it's just I'm having some technical difficulties because I'm not running with up to date hardware.
I got you.
Everybody out there listening, I just went and backed the Indiegogo. So if my cheap ass can do it, so can you. Go over there and put your money down.
Here, here.
Agreed.
I mean, I'm really working hard on this, and that's why we are using it tonight for hit or miss. So there we go. Granted, because I'm screen sharing this using OBS, I can't turn my camera on. That's the only downside. I apologize profusely, guys, but it is what it is. Plus, you don't want to see me with the camera on. It's awful, you know, bad. You don't want to see that. I don't want to scare y'all.
Have your shirt off too?
Yeah, I got to make a comment about Southpaw real quick out there in the comment section.
No, you don't you dare. I'm left-handed as well.
Say what? Oh, no, he says that my oldest girl starts her high school senior year tomorrow. Man, I'm getting old. With Southpaw, I've actually hit the second generation of kids that I taught last year. So I had the mom of a student I had when I first started, and I had her daughter last year in class. I'm getting old, bro. That's like grandpa status right there.
Yep. I have officially.
Travis, you're a grandpa.
I've joined you, except in a more sinister fashion, even though I'm not left-handed. I have had the children of kids come into the detention center that I had years ago. So I feel your pain.
Same difference, man. Yeah.
Same difference, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, man. Anyway, I just want to get that out there. Being a teacher, I was like, yeah, I know how that feels, man, once you start to get there long enough. And yep.
Yeah. Outlaw Hatfield says everyone abuses poor Night Strike. Yeah, but again, if you abuse me too much, you know what? I've got Ellis to back me up because he's family. You know.
There you go.
Abuse Night Strike at your own risk, and you know hope the Hatfields don't declare a feud on you. You don't want that to happen. But,
hey, how many more days do we have for the Indiegogo campaign? I just checked it. I saw you're up to like 14 or 15 backers now.
Yeah, we upped it to the whole month because people said, well, we'd like to do it. We'd like to donate, but we don't get paid until like the middle or the end of the month. So
yeah, I get paid once a month on the 25th, so it sucks.
So I went and extended it for the whole month so that we can go from there. I did kind of want to get this online before the end of the month, but hey, whatever we have to do, we have to do. Though yeah. I am tempted, I know David's almost losing his top because of the campaign itself. I mean, I don't know if you watched the update the other day. Yeah.
I don't know if you're paying attention to the chat. Ellis says you're on your own.
Well, the next time he needs something, he's on his own.
I have like I said, I was going to make a video and share it, and then I spoke to an individual. I'm not going to mention his name at this point, but they said they're going to share it too.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll work on that. If you need any help with it, just let me know. All right. So, guys, welcome to Hit or Miss. I'm your host, Night Strike. I've got an interesting panel tonight. We may get more people, so the tillage may go up, or it may go down, because with this. We can have up to 15 people, though right now I don't have the setting on to limit the amount of people, so we could have more than 15 people in here if everybody else decides to jump in using the email I sent them, which having like 25, 30 people in a chat will be challenging, but again, the invitations were there.
It would be interesting.
It would be interesting. So again, welcome to Hit or Miss. We'll introduce our panel tonight. So, Bloke, can you turn your camera on now?
Hold on 1 second.
I mean, are you decent?
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Decent.
Travis, are you decent?
Oh, always, man. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm decent.
Good.
Yeah.
You're
What's
of course, you're a
up?
teacher. You're
Just chilling right now, getting some stuff done. Yeah.
All right.
Multitasking, bro.
Okay. All right. So I'll introduce Budget Guns and Gear first. So, Budget, how you doing?
Wonderful. How's it going?
It's going good. Your camera's looking great, by the way.
I'm sorry?
Your camera's looking great, by the way.
Oh, okay. Of course it's looking great. It's showing my face.
Right. No. I mean, you've got a good setup now. Before, you didn't have a setup, or it wasn't coming in clear before. Right?
I never really used it, and I was running my running it off my desktop using Wi-Fi. Now I'm running off my laptop, which is a bit newer and more powerful, and I'm running it hardwired to my router, so everything's gonna come through a whole lot better. Actually, I think my camera is 1080p capable, so yeah, 1080p.
All right, Mel. What do you mean you didn't get an email? All right. Well, we'll work on that, Mel. All right. Rich, what's going on, buddy?
Trying to get this damn pizza order, but Pizza Hut's not wanting to take the damn credit card.
All right.
First world problems.
All right. So Rich, real quick, what do you think of this system so far?
From what I've seen, it seems all right. I haven't really got to play around with it too much because I've been trying to get this order through. But, yeah.
But it's easy to use, right?
As far as I can tell.
Okay, good. All right. Kingpin. Is top still on?
Yeah, it's still there. And look, I'll even turn my camera on.
Okay.
Not really, but I mean, it's on, but still.
Don't worry about it.
Thanks for having me, man.
All right, no problem. Travis,
Yeah, man.
how you doing?
Pretty good, man. I'm doing all right. Just staying busy, bud. Man, all kinds of crazy stuff going on. It should be hopefully starting up Caliber Corner here in a couple weeks once school starts back up. I've been kind of just hinting at this lately. I think I'm going to probably go to a Monday start time instead of Thursday. I want to do it sooner in the week. It'll help me out quite a bit because towards the end of the week, things tend to get a little bit crazy, and I'm kind of getting ready to pack up and stuff. So Mondays are a better day for me. So, yeah, and the beard should be returning in a couple weeks. I'm going to start letting it go here. So get my man card back. I'm doing all right, man.
Everyone has seen my beard, so I don't need to, go and turn the camera on right now.
It is the beard of legends, Night Strike. I just want you to know that it is legendary, and it's girth. So yeah.
I think what I am gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of the cheek part of the beard and just less Teen Wolf, more rugged, awesome guy.
There you go. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, when you had that little 5 o'clock, when you had like that 5-day beard going on, that looked pretty good. Like I said, you kind of look like an actual conservative version of Seth Rogen. So yeah.
Well, Seth Rogen is lefty?
What is he, Hollywood guy? Is that the guy I'm thinking of from Knocked Up and stuff?
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming he probably is. Hey, I gotta take a phone call real quick, bro.
Lefty,
Yeah, but
He's a major lefty,
He's
just
not
by
even
the
a
way.
conservative Seth Rogen. You got to see this guy that's one of the range officers at the range we belong to. He literally looks like Seth Rogen, and the best part is his name is Seth.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
There's two guys there that work there. Actually, their name's Seth. One's a little skinny guy, and then there's the guy that looks like Seth Rogen.
Yep. All right. Bloke, what's going on, buddy?
Hello. I was just stuffing my face with some food. Not much, just staying busy. I just finished my project today.
Oh, that looks good. Looks good.
My new bench.
No, is that going to be part of a new video series, Bloke's Corner?
Yeah, it's actually called the Tap Room.
The tap room. Okay. Well, you're going to have to mount like a keg and maybe a dispenser for it to be a tap room.
Well, I do have a couple. Somewhere I got a couple. What do they call it? The little sticky thing.
The dispenser. Yeah.
Yeah, dispensers. When I worked in Ohio, we used to every once a year the Miller Brewery used to burn their field down, and whoever helped out, they'd give them a bunch of stuff, and they gave us those dispensers. So I still got some. But anyway, just staying busy, enjoying this new platform. I enjoy it. It's really nice. It's pretty easy to use. I love Kingpin's eraser face.
And apparently, the Travis P11 looks like Jesus with an earring.
Yeah. I love it.
So,
Here to support your cause, man. Appreciate
it. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, so we may have more people who jump in, late, after, but so far, those that I have sent emails out to, you have the email address and the password for this chat. I'm not giving the link out to it to anybody else other than those who have the emails or those I want in. So be aware. Yes, there is a password. I'm not going to show you the password because then there'd be no point of having a password. But there are
Hi,
stats.
Jason.
Okay, your stats. I'm not going to do shortcuts. I can change it to full screen, but I'm not going to. All right, so tonight, what do we want to talk about? I haven't been keeping up with the news too much after what happened over the weekend. You guys have anything you'd like to bring to the the GunTube table tonight? The the hit or miss table tonight.
Well, go ahead, Blue.
I was just going to point out. I know Biden said that he's going to be going for assault weapons. So.
Well, even the president said that too.
Yeah.
And the problem is, when the president says that, I believe him because he took my bump stock away from me. And he violated the Fifth Amendment.
Say about assault weapons. Because the presser I heard yesterday said about about not blaming the tool for what the bad guy did. That was actually what he said. So unless he said something today that was different. But then again, I haven't been paying much attention today. I've kind of been school shopping with my son and took him and my wife out to dinner, so maybe I missed something.
Yeah, I was busy visiting family today, so I haven't been keeping up with it either. So
The one thing that's definitely clear is we're on an island by ourselves, because these back-to-back nonsense that happened has fired up all kinds of people that are supposed to be conservative Republicans. The news media, Sean Hannity's a maniac talking about surrounding schools and stuff with armed guards. We are on an island by ourselves. So if you're looking for help, you better look at the guy standing next to you and the girl standing next to you, because this is who we've got. The people who we know, the people who we know we can count on is all we can count on.
Yeah.
I know that I'm going to go on after hit or miss and talk about this, so y'all might want to, out there in the chat, if you're interested in what's going on in Ohio, you might want to stay tuned for that. But
I know you're going to give me a link.
Yeah, of course. My wonderful governor has allegedly a Republican, Mike DeWine, come out with a 17-point plan for gun control, so that'll be awesome. I'm going to talk about that for sure. I started my morning seeing that on the news and then getting on the phone to talk to my state representative and senator's office. So if you're an Ohioan or you care about helping people in any other state other than your own, fight for their rights, you might want to listen to my show a little bit later.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just to kind of tell you as a sign, I just noticed this, that you guys notice PSA's prices have been going up last couple days.
Yeah, but
And they're cutting out the free shipping, and they're cutting out the daily. I mean, it's kind of funny because I was gonna get a lower, and then 2 days later, after that, all that stuff came up on the news. They put their lowers up $10 and took away free shipping.
That may be due to the market.
Yeah, and I understand completely. It's not a problem. I get it, but I was like, man, that lower's been $109 the entire summer, and this happens, and I'm getting ready to order it. And I go for looking at it on my phone. I get home, get on my computer. I was like, what? Even had free shipping on it and stuff. Gone. So they do that. That's happened.
I've kind of been a PSA fanboy lately, and that pisses me off.
Well, it's I think it's kind of a supply and demand thing. They can do it. I mean, everybody else can jack their prices up too.
Yeah,
you know?
but
they aren't going balls to the walls up. They've just raised it by like $10 or $20, and that might be due to just either people panic buying, or it may be due to the market.
I mean, they're not doing what Cheaper Than Dirt did.
No. They have raised it just a little bit because, you know, I don't know if you know this, but because of what's been going on, all the antis have gotten all the people who are ignorant and don't know any better to turn on conservatives and the gun manufacturers and gun stores.
What?
I will tell you this: the local Walmart has been jam packed with people buying ammo. That's for sure.
I went to Walmart today, and people are buying guns. Half of the gun racks, even though they just do shotguns, lever actions, and bolt actions, the racks were empty.
Mm-hmm.
My mom works for Walmart, and she gets news stories about Walmart all the time, and they're getting a lot of pressure right now to quit selling guns. They're taking a lot of pressure from a lot of consumer groups and stuff, and they don't want to because they're kind of an everyman store. You know, they want to appeal to as many people as they can.
They want to appeal to the blue collar worker. That's what it is.
Yeah. So to sit there and say, "Oh, no guns." I know some Walmarts don't carry guns. It's usually only the top selling stores that do anymore. But that's kind of scary to think that they're getting pressure now. But hopefully, their suppliers don't start to put pressure on them. You know.
Right.
Definitely go out and get your supplies. That's for sure.
This is so much bigger than guns.
No,
This is way beyond guns. Your First Amendment is under assault right now. All of your rights are under assault right now. They're going to push to censor the internet, which means goodbye to half the people you guys like. You know,
listen to what he's saying.
This is bad. This is where the tyrannical government will take over, and they're going to do it in the guise of safety. They're gonna help make things safer and better, and it's gonna get way worse. If you think I'm being crazy, look at the news in Australia. Look at the news in England. Bloke will tell you. I guarantee he's seen stories of people posting stuff on the internet and going to jail for that. This is outrageous. This is way more than guns. Don't let this be about the gun only.
And I hate to say this, but this may be the tipping point between armed rebellion or never having the chance again. And I say
there's already been a couple people talking about straight up confiscation. That's what's going to lead to it right there. Yeah.
I'm not saying that we should actively go out and rebel.
Let a Democrat be elected president next, and you'll see that start.
And I'm just saying that
because they're all for it now.
If they try and repeal the Second Amendment, or if they try and confiscate everyone's guns, that's the tipping point right there. And if we don't get I'm telling you right now, be prepared for it, because you may have a choice between whether you turn over your guns or you have to join everybody else in saying no.
These red flag laws and this mental illness thing is going to destroy us. If they allow every state to pass a red flag law, or God forbid they pass a federal red flag law, we're screwed. If you see all these people on the internet and on the television talking about, well, the red flag law really isn't a bad idea, I don't really mind, and the idea of it isn't bad.
Well, yeah. FOPA wasn't really a bad idea, and then you got the Hughes Amendment.
Well, the problem is
I'm going to piss a few of you off right here.
You're going to piss us off anyways. What? Let's go ahead.
I don't necessarily think that something that would work, not necessarily a red flag law in and of itself, but something like that would be a horrible idea if, and only if, adequate due process were followed. Problem is, not right now as it is, most states have on the books laws where you can have someone declared mentally incompetent and whatnot. But I think that the problem I have with the red flag laws is that it's done in absentia. You're not even there, and you can't defend yourself. And that's the problem I have with it. You have to be able to defend yourself, confront your accuser, and have all the other constitutional protections. I mean, when you're talking about removing someone's constitutional rights, there's a bar that has to be met. And if these laws meet that bar, then being able to remove firearms from someone who's a wackadoo really ain't a bad idea.
Right.
You just have to be able to meet that constitutional standard.
Yeah, and here's the issue though. There's no the problem with red flag laws is there's no due process for those who lie. And they say, oh, there's already laws.
That's part of the problem.
There's already laws on the book, but the problem is nobody follows them. So you have to put a law. You have to put it in the red flag law that if you lie, then you're gonna be held to the same standard as the person with the red flags.
Well, that's perjury.
So, sorry about that. Somebody just came into my room. My roommate.
I mean, out there in the chat, Ohio 45 ACP says also some allow anonymous complaints. There should be no anonymous complaint.
No anonymous
the right
complaint.
Your accuser. There should be no.
I haven't seen one.
Because
you have to be there to defend yourself and confront your accusers.
If you allow for anonymous complaints, let me put it like this. I saw this on it's either Twitter or Facebook, but literally the person who doesn't like you having guns because they just don't like you, period, because they're an asshole.
The thing with this anonymous,
they can go and flag you, get your account, banned or whatever, or frozen on Facebook. But if in a red flag law, they can get your guns taken away where you probably need them because you might live in an area that's bad, and instead of you just being fine with your guns taken away, you'll be killed because some motherfucker broke in and you can't defend yourself.
Oh yeah, there should never be an anonymous complaint. There should be stiff criminal and civil penalties for making a false complaint. That's why there should never be an anonymous one.
And that's why I don't like red flag laws. If they were to actually help someone.
But having some mechanism by which you can make sure, say Uncle Joe, not Uncle Joe that I'm saying anything against you, you're all right. But say your Uncle Joe is a whack job and he's got guns and he's talking about, I'm just going to go out and climb a bell tower and shit. Well, there should be a mechanism where you can call and say, my name's Mike, my Uncle Joe said this, and I believe
it's called the Baker Act.
There has to be that mechanism there.
There is. It's called the Baker Act. It's been enacted since like 1979 or something like that.
Minimum.
And most states already have a form of a red flag law. And if you haven't read, this is for anybody who might be listening later or out in the chat that's not aware. Go read these red flag laws. It doesn't take long to read them because they all have summaries that come along with them. These laws are set.
Only in Florida?
Would you say only in Florida? I didn't think it was, but you may be right about that. But anyway, the red flag laws are set up to fail. They have due process written into them. So the very beginning of every red flag law, it talks about all the due process that it goes through. And then they throw a little comma in there and it says, but if it's necessary, we can come and take your stuff without due process. And that's how all of them get enacted. Hardly any of these red flag laws that get enacted, the person actually gets a letter, actually goes to court, actually turns in their handguns, actually gets a court date. No, the cops show up and take them.
Yeah, and what the worst part about this anonymous crap is if you look at these red flag laws, this is about every one of them says it has to be a family member or this, that, or the other. That would be somebody that actually would know you. If they're calling in anonymously, how do they verify these people are somebody that actually knows you or is a family member to that point where they can even make that claim under that law?
Okay, guys. Since we're in this chat, remember, don't say anything in the actual side chat unless you want it to be seen on air. So I'm not opening it up, but I'm just warning you guys. If you post something in here that everybody outside can see.
Oh, yeah.
Travis stepped away for a second.
Okay. All right. So just someone read the important stuff, like if Travis has to step away. Okay. That kind of stuff. All right. All right. So yeah, I'm not a fan of this. I don't like the direction it's going, but I just want everyone to be prepared that there may be a point in time in the future that we're going to actually have to either stand up and say no or turn everything in. And I ain't turning anything in. I'm just saying right now, I'd rather fight against. But again,
I will not comply.
I will not comply.
Ever.
Dude SQR says, from what I heard, it can be your employer as well with the red flag laws.
Yeah, the red flag law has
That's
a ton.
dangerous in itself.
That's how the politicians promoted the red flag law in Maryland, and that's how they're promoting it in the federal level. Is that a certified medical technician can deem you unsafe to have a gun, but they don't want to tell you all the dirty secrets about how you get to stand in front of that medical technician. And part of that is that your baby's mama can turn you in. Your sister can turn you in. Your brother can turn you in. Your coworker can turn. Just about anybody. Now, I haven't, to be honest, I have not heard any. I have not read anywhere in any of the red flag laws, and I've read just about all of them, where an anonymous person can turn you in. Now, that's different from see something, say something. If you see a guy walking down the street carrying a gun and you call the cops, hey, guess what? People are going to call the cops if they see you carrying a gun. It happens. Just, that sucks. But having somebody come and raid your house because somebody saw you with a gun is a totally different thing at all. Now, I don't know that anonymous part is in there. It may be. I'm just not aware of that.
Okay, I have to address a thing that's been set out there on the YouTube side. Derek24 is saying, question, maybe they should not expunged juvenile records with a criminal history when they are a teenager. Well, I don't agree with that because Night Strike had a troubled youth and he only straightened out after he turned 18. And granted, he never killed anybody. He never, stole a car or anything. None of that. It's just he got in trouble from running his mouth. And yeah, if they do that, then Night Strike can't have his toys anymore.
Were you ever convicted of a felony as a juvenile?
No, just community service.
Well, then that's not a problem. I work in the juvenile justice field. For those of you who don't know, I've been a juvenile correction officer or working in treatment facilities for juvenile felons for about 22 years.
I was a stupid kid. I said something to another kid, and he took it the wrong way, and his mom turned me in, and later on he ended up getting arrested multiple times for drugs, all kinds of drugs, which the county office, the county at that point laughed at him, but yeah, he was afraid of me, but he was doing all these other kind of drugs with all these drug dealers. It's hilarious, but
But
it was my first defense, so all I got was community service because I had done nothing wrong other than be a dumb kid talking his mouth off.
I have a lot of experience working with kids who have done what Night Strike did and done stupid shit. Hell, I was one. I committed an assault when I was 17 and got locked up for it, actually in my facility. That's kind of funny.
With me, it was only I said the wrong thing, and saying the wrong thing can get you in trouble, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And I got community service for it. So.
But I also work with kids that commit armed robberies, aggravated assaults, rape, murder, drug trafficking, and, well, technically speaking, they can petition the courts to have their juvenile records expunged as well. Maybe not the murderer.
But
They blend his sentence or not.
well,
But my point is, for some things, absolutely right. I think for non-felonies, particularly non-violent felonies, maybe they should keep expunging their records. But for violent felonies, that shit should stay there for the rest of their life, I think. There's a difference. There's a difference between making one mistake and a repeat offender that is part of the revolving door in the juvenile justice field. And if you're a revolving door offender, that shit really should stay with you.
I just wanted to be put on record that I was a dumb kid. Okay, I was young at one point, and
so none of that's changed.
Well, a little bit of it's changed because I watch what I say from now on. But the issue is, I learned my lesson. I served my community service, and then I went on my way, and I never did anything illegal that I got caught for after that.
You notice the caveat he threw in there.
That I got caught for.
That he got caught for.
Well, if you didn't get caught, then it wasn't illegal, right?
Exactly.
So
If no one's around to see it, then it wasn't illegal, right?
So just an FYI, just because something is expunged, it doesn't mean people cannot find it. It can still, depending on what type of charge it is, it can still be found.
But and it's not like I like saying this on air or telling people. It's just, I was young once. I made mistakes, and my point is, everybody is going to be young once and make mistakes. It's just how bad the mistake is, and whether or not the individual learns from the mistakes they make. And sometimes, they have to learn from the mistake in order to move on and evolve and mature as a person.
Well, that's the key thing, though. If it's a mistake, that's what we're designed to make mistakes, but the key thing there is that we learn from those mistakes and not keep making those mistakes.
Yeah.
But luckily, I kept my nose clean, and eventually my records were sealed, and that doesn't affect my adult life. Because if it did, then shit, that would really suck.
Well, as I said, there's a difference between making a stupid mistake and a continuing pattern of criminal behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, do I need to be aware of that message? Okay, I'm gonna ignore that one then. All right,
I just said I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm being honest with you guys. I'm not gonna tell you what I did, but I'm just gonna tell you that I was young, stupid, and said the wrong thing. Because that's all you need to hear. That's all you need to know. But I want to be honest with you guys that I was a dumb kid once too. Yeah, I'm still. I won't argue that. Yeah, I'm not the sharpest crayon in the box. I'll give you that. I still have some rough edges here and there, but overall,
don't say you're a crayon. Ghost might eat you.
Okay. I'm not the sharpest marker in the box.
Since this is confession night on Night Strikes, hit or miss Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock, I will confess to everyone, I'm actually DB Cooper.
You're pretty young to be DB Cooper. I'm sorry.
My real name is John Wayne.
Right, budget's John Jingleheimer Schmidt.
That's right.
I'm reading the chat out there, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Listen. Everyone's gonna have mistakes and make mistakes in their life, and there are some people that are just gonna be squeaky clean no matter what. I understand that, okay? But again, we gotta have a clear line of whether you let those mistakes follow you for the rest of your life, or you learn from those mistakes and you move on and mature as a person. And I've done at least half of that. Learning from my mistakes and moving on. Maturing, I'll give you that. Maybe not so much, but at least I learned.
Oh, Jason, that is an interesting question. He says, what happens when YouTube and Facebook can red flag you? If that's the case, we're all boned.
Well, they
Hey.
kind of do that now already.
They do that already. There's already a
Yeah.
flag system on YouTube, and I
Mhm.
hate to say this, but
And
even GunTube has its own flag system.
do you remember about
The red flag law type thing.
about 2 years ago, YouTube put out a video and was like encouraging. They were hiring basically YouTubers to go through and red flag people. You know, YouTube red flag, not like red flag, red flag.
Yeah, well, you know what? They already got to where your ex, if you dumped them or whatever in the last year, can red flag you. So don't be. I won't be surprised if social media ends up being able to too. I mean, what the hell, right?
Right. But it's just that the flagging system with GunTube is just really just to let me know that someone has tried to, somebody has created an account and uploaded porn, or they're promoting their business and it has nothing to do with guns. I mean, I'm not opposed to people promoting their business on GunTube, but you have to contact us in order to advertise on GunTube. You don't just upload videos of your business and just post it on GunTube and expect us to let you do it for free. I mean, that's not how it works, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's not many places now that you can advertise on. Facebook won't, YouTube won't, Google Ads won't. Just straight denials from those people, unfortunately.
Hey, I do have a question about this live stream option here. Is this supposed to be gun channels and gun channels affiliate centric, or is this open to anybody who uses YouTube? Because I'm going to shoot a video for it tomorrow, and there's a good amount of people who watch my channel that are coin collectors or auto mechanics and stuff like that. So are they going to be able to use it as well, or is this going to
Hold on,
be?
I have to answer. I have to make a response to Midnight Range TM. Midnight Range TM. If that's the case, I'm telling 9mm. I'm just saying that right now.
Hey,
You're in
now-
trouble.
Now that's sexist. How do you know they don't watch it together?
That's right. You are making some assumptions.
But as far as your question, GunTube is for everyone. That is part of the gun community or does gun related videos. Granted, I'm not saying it's for Hickok 45 and for Demo Ranch, but if they start using
Channel on GunTube?
if they don't have channels on GunTube, but if they sign up and start using it, I'm not going to say they can't.
That's what I said. I mean, you're going to tell them they can't have a channel on GunTube? That would be like
Asinine.
kind of infringing,
That
man.
would be asinine.
That would be bad of me. So I can't say that they can't do it. But again, if they do sign up, then I don't have to worry about advertisement. That's for damn sure.
Mhm.
Well, I'm talking about the streaming option right here for non-gun related people on YouTube.
No, it's only for the gun people.
Okay. I just
So
want to be clear.
if they don't do any gun videos on YouTube or on GunTube, then it's not for everyone.
Okay, that's cool. I just wanted to make sure that I knew exactly what it was before I said something wrong.
And here's the thing: you don't have to go live with this software. I mean, if some of the people listening out there want to use this software just to chat without going live, they can do that too, and it does that quite well.
Hey, Night Strike gun website says, how did they get icons? You want to explain that?
You have to go to gravatar.com and set up an icon and use that email address and set your name in the Hangouts, the GunTube chamber. You
Well,
click right here.
I read
put it right
something
there.
if you have a WordPress account too, right?
Yeah, if you got a WordPress account, from WordPress.com, then yeah, it'll work. It'll work like that too.
You can sign in with your Google account too. That's what I do. I sign in with my Google account.
Yeah. So that's what you do, and that's how the software works. I can't change that or do anything to that because I don't have anybody that knows the software well enough to help me with that. So again,
Hey, Nice Strike, did you guys talk at all about what Dan Crenshaw said tonight, or what he
We
said the other day?
we have not. If you would like to,
Well,
you know,
yeah, I want to bring
if
up
you'd
this
like to
tweet real
address
Dan
quick.
it, you know,
Crenshaw.
we
Dan
can go
Crenshaw,
move
the
on
Navy
and
SEAL,
address it.
was he
Okay.
the representative from Texas? Is he right? He's
Travis?
congressman.
Okay, the guy with the eye patch.
I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
go get
yeah.
something to drink, Travis. So why don't you head this up, and I will be, you know,
Doing great,
I'll,
Warsaw.
I'll be right back.
So, okay, so what I want to say basically is, we're looking at what I listened to Trump's speech, and I think a lot of us listened to Trump's speech talking about
That's
red
what I
flag
got.
laws, and he was very careful himself about how he worded things, the order that he spoke. And then a lot of people are freaking out about Dan Crenshaw, and I did watch Yankee Marshall's video, what he had said about Dan Crenshaw, pushing for some, I don't know what it's called, TAPS Act or something like that. But I'm really, really surprised that because I've been watching his speeches all summer. I've been watching him talk at college campuses, and I kind of was starting to admire the guy because he's kind of like an everyman that uses logic in his arguments. But he came out and did his tweet, and he goes, this is a direct quote from him. He said, maybe also implement state red flag laws or gun violence restraining orders. And I'm thinking,
Nope.
as smart as he is, we already have basic laws. If you fear, somebody's going to do something, you can notify the law enforcement, right? You got a neighbor that's on edge screaming at your kids every morning and you see him walking around the yard with a rifle. I'd say it's okay to call the cops in a situation like that, I mean, we've already got some basics, No, I'm talking about just like, somebody's just like threatening you with a firearm or something. I mean, but I really was surprised that he said that because usually he's on the up and up of what current law says. I mean, I just watched a video with him the other day on stating how the AR-15 is a viable firearm for self-defense, because you always hear that argument, well, nobody needs one of those, right? And he gave some very valid points for why you should have one for self-defense, for home defense, or just own one in general, right? But after I saw that tweet, I'm like, man, that really surprised me that he said that. And then you guys saw the, Neil deGrasse guy, what's his name?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah. They said that the news is saying, oh, he caved in and this and that. And no, he just made a statement saying that he didn't mean to offend anybody, but he was just pointing out what the data says about, loss of life in America, what the numbers actually are every 48 hours. He wasn't trying to say,
and
he even said himself, I wasn't trying to put anybody down. I was just trying to show you some simple logic about it. And well, people freaked out. It's like anybody that's on TV or in the movies or anybody in the media that's popular, they automatically have to be on the left. And if they're not, they're the enemy. And he tries, and I even listened to him say what he did. They read his tweet and I was like, man, he's actually got a good point about that. And then here people are just absolutely losing their part of my French shit about this. I was like, wow. So anyway, I was just saying that I noticed that, Crenshaw got some interesting replies from people back on Twitter, what they were saying to him. And they're like, dude, I can't believe you're actually admitting to that. They're like, really? You're starting to give into the emotion. And I mean, and I listened to NEA's podcast the other day, and he was talking about, how it's hard right now because you've got 2 events in a row, a lot of people getting killed. And then you start to think, well, what if, why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? And you're like, no, because then it's not going to make it better for everyone else, So I don't know, man.
All these high-profile lawyers are hopping on the same bandwagon. That's why I said we're on our own this time.
Yeah.
No matter what you think about him, Alan Dershowitz has got a great mind when it comes to law, and he favors the red flag laws. Joe DeGenova, another guy who's kind of sleazy, but he's a pretty good lawyer, and he favors red flag laws. I mean, the list never ends, and this is going to be a serious fight. We're going to have to make sure our voices are loud, clear, and united.
Man, it's just, it's scary. So you just see all this opposition right now against the 2A. Everybody and everything. Republicans are going against us now. Democrats are going against us. They've always been against us. Even people you think, like I said, with Crenshaw, I was like, man, I can't believe he actually even loosely even said, well, maybe we need that. Well, no, we've already got laws on the books that do what they're supposed to do. We don't need to add to it, And I was listening to Colin Noir the other day. There's 20,000 gun laws on the books in the U.S.
I don't think that we're outnumbered. I honestly think that people who believe in the Constitution, individual freedom, are the majority in this country. But
Yeah.
left has
No, you're right,
amazing
David.
power. Look at what they did to Mario Lopez. Everybody loved Mario Lopez. All he said was you shouldn't let a 3-year-old decide whether or not he's a boy or a girl at 3 years old, and they roasted him for it. Probably destroyed his career.
Yeah.
You know, it happens to everybody. Somebody put out in the chat a couple minutes ago, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Once again, whatever you think about Neil, I'm no fan of the guy. I think he's socially really a problem. Scientifically, I enjoy listening to him because he's a fun guy to listen to.
I know
But
he's an asshole.
he's totally is, and he came out and just said a common sense, normal, statistical fact, and
Because
they
whether or
roasted
not
him
all
for
the
it.
science group believes that Pluto is not a planet or not, it fucking is. Because if it's not, then I want the years I spent in school learning that it was a planet back, or I want
Nobody.
compensation because fuck them.
Yeah, but that's my point. Nobody's losing their career and their livelihood and getting smashed all over the internet and mainstream media over Pluto. But a guy like Neil deGrasse Tyson, who's on their side, said something normal for once, and bam, they came right after him. So we are not outnumbered. They're screaming louder than us. All we have to do, like I said, is make our voices loud, clear, and united. That this will not stand.
Welcome E Honda to the Not Gay Frog Chat / Hit or Miss Tuesday nights 9 o'clock.
I think that's the key term there is united, David.
Yeah.
We're very divided at this point, and I think if we are somehow to get united, I think we would have a stronghold there. That's the key. That's the key component there is united.
Well, and G-Webs brings it all the time up and he's out in the chat, so if I get it wrong, he can correct me. But we don't all have to sing the same exact lyric at the same exact time, at the same exact song. We don't have to be a choir singing together, but we do have to be singing the same song. We don't have to all of a sudden everybody likes apple pie or everybody likes cherry coke. That's not what unity is about. But there's this thing right here in front of us right now that we all already agree on. We can take 5 minutes to put all the rest of that nonsense aside and unify on this.
So you mean GunTube?
Yeah, GunTube right there. That's it.
There we go.
GunTube, gun channels. What it means. See, a lot of people hear us say that, and maybe it's just me. Maybe once again, I'm a dreamer and I believe in stuff that is fantasy. But when I say I'm a part of gun channels, or I say I'm a part of GunTube, it's not the internet. It's not that website. Even though I love that website and I love the GunTube website with all my heart, it's Honda, it's Night Strike, it's Budget, it's Travis, it's Bloke, it's Rich, it's everybody out in the chat. It's my friends, it's the people who I care about and I'm interested in. That's what gun channels means to me.
Good speech, man.
Well, so Honda, how you doing?
Yeah,
Honda, how you doing, buddy? Honda, can you hear us? Is this thing on?
You got to use the raise your hand, Rich. You keep getting bumped out. There he is. Rich wants to say something nice, right?
Rich, go ahead. You have the floor.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I wonder how long it's gonna be until somebody else comes forward now to accuse Neil deGrasse Tyson of unwanted sexual advances. Because that seems to be their MO whenever somebody does something. Oh no, this person touched me. And he's already had people accuse him of stuff. So I'm going to see how long it takes for somebody else to come forward now.
I say we need to make a note of that. I could definitely see that happening, man. They'll try to tear him down.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
I think I fixed it. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yay! Technology. Sorry.
All right, I'll
How's
put
it
it
going?
back on them. Oh, hey. I had to fix something real quick, so don't worry about it. All right.
And
we are joined
we got
by an
8 people
obnoxious
on.
one.
There's 8 people on. That's the most we've had so far.
We got 8 people.
That is a dirty lie. I'm not here.
Uh-oh.
Right. You're obnoxious too.
Well, usually I'm working on Tuesday nights, so I'm not usually able to make it to these things.
Hey,
Yeah. Not
They
today.
give you the night off or what?
Oh crap! My connection's not optimal.
It's going to be a little bit shaky just because of all the people that are on right now, but it's okay. Yeah.
No, that's going to be because of my internet.
Oh,
You
I
may
was going to say because
you may
I
wanna
mean
turn the camera off and the bandwidth down a little bit.
Don't. You're not the boss of me.
I'm
Oh Christ! No, it went red.
I'm suggesting. Only suggesting.
No, it went red.
Oh, that's
All
your.
right, fine. Camera's off.
Your fingernails, man. They get me every time.
First it goes red, then you get flag laws. I mean, that's the way it goes, I guess. Hopefully not. That's the way it went here in Colorado.
You guys want to predict a worst case scenario out of anything coming up? You think they're going to try to pass national background checks?
No, they're gonna. I think they're gonna try to get rid of.
Oh, they're.
I think they're gonna try to get rid of pistol braces, and they're gonna try to get rid of AR pistols altogether. At least the ability to build them and sell them, like unless you get an SBR.
Did one of these losers have a pistol? AR pistol?
Yeah, the guy in Dayton.
Oh, they finally announced what it was that he used?
Oh, but they said that's when it happened. He had a AR-15 pistol with a 100-round magazine and a shockwave blade on it.
They're being quiet about Dayton, though. They're not going after too much other than the gun, because it was found out that the dude was an Elizabeth Warren supporter and a lefty.
Oh yeah, he had all kinds of Antifa posts on social media and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was watching this Mike Cernovich podcast that he did about the guy, about all of his deleted posts on I forget what social media, but he was liking all of the Antifa people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, like that's why they're not talking about that guy exactly. And anytime anyone brings up ideology, like, oh, well, the right's going crazy and whatever, just know that they're full of it. They're not looking at the whole picture, and that reason and logic probably won't work on that person.
Right. And for those out there on the chat, I'm not saying that the Dayton, Ohio guy was, he was fully a libtard. He was full leftist. He was socialist and communist. I'll give you that too, because I mean, only a socialist or communist would support Pocahontas. Or, as we know, the last of the Mohicans. So.
Yeah, and like on his social media, like it had what to identify as, and it's like him, his. Like, who writes that except for a leftist, you know?
Right. I mean, I don't give a damn what your pronouns are. I live in America. I don't live in, Nazi Germany, where I have to know what your pronouns are and use them because, if I don't, you're in your safe space. We live in America, not Europe. That's the reason. Bloke left Europe for a reason, okay? We live in America. That shit doesn't fly here.
Well, if you can't risk being offensive, it means that you can't think, because if you're thinking about something that you don't know about, you risk being offensive by thinking about it. And if you're expressing that outwardly in a public way, you're thinking out loud like we do in these chats, you're going to be offensive on occasion, which means that if you can't be offensive, then you can't have chats like this.
Exactly. I see
that. If you can't be offensive, you're also telling people that they can't have their First Amendment right.
Yeah,
that's the end result.
I saw that a lot in Europe. When you voiced your opinion, even though they say you have an opinion, you really don't.
Unless it's written down in a law, you don't have an opinion.
Well, even if it's written down in a law, you still don't have an opinion. They got you down by the thumb, and when they find out that you're doing something stupid, just like Kingpin was saying, they throw you in jail, and they have that ability.
Yeah,
I do say so. I like your accent. Where are you from?
I'll give you a guess.
Jolly old England.
It rhymes with Undin.
No, Downton fucking Abbey more. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, Travis,
I-
language.
No,
Are
I'm
you
giving him
from
a hard
Upper
time.
Uncton or Lower Uncton?
Well, I was born in Middle Onkton, and
Nice.
then
That's
There's
awesome.
the middle.
I thought middle was it was only in ye old Uncton.
well,
well,
I wasn't too far from the area I was born is Holland Park, so it's kind of central. And then for a little while after we moved out of there, if you look at England, there's a bubble on the right-hand side. We moved there, near Cambridge and all that.
yeah, what Book isn't telling us is that he's actually Jack the Ripper.
So,
Well, you guys can't have guns over there anymore. What's that like?
well,
I mean, you got to have like all kinds of crime going on and everyone knows that no one can have a gun, right? So they're not as worried about it. That's kind of what I was thinking.
you can have shotguns and stuff like that, but you can't have pistols. So no. But I don't live there. I'm a citizen of the United States as of now, and I live here in Florida. So all that crap doesn't apply.
I do have a question about that for you, though, Bloke.
Sure, man.
With the banning of the public from owning, handguns and AR-15s and stuff like that, did it keep the guns out of the hands of the criminals, or did it also take the firearms away from the criminals? Like, is there any statistics that you know about that?
No, statistically, no. But what I will say is, since England's connected to the rest of Europe with a tube, or a train, as you guys call it, it's pretty accessible. I mean, there's really no stopping people bringing guns into the United Kingdom.
What?
Yeah. Now that's
I thought gun laws kept criminals from doing stuff like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why London has a murder rate higher than New York City now.
Exactly, and that's another reason why police
Those
officers.
damn soccer hooligans.
Yeah. Well, now what's happening is, if they can't get a hold of a gun, they're throwing acid on people's face. Not the stuff that gets you high, but literally acid.
Yeah, or
Yeah, I was watching this. It was a report about he's a YouTuber who's Arabic, who lives in London, who makes videos about throwing water in people's faces and then laughing.
Yeah. No, that's not comical. My mother still lives there, and she every so often she tell me that somebody down the street got acid thrown on their face, and because it doesn't burn right away instantly. So after a couple minutes, then that's when the ruckus happens. It's painful. It really is.
Throw water on me, I'm gonna let one off the chain, man.
Yeah, like I don't
care.
Like, I would think at that point, you're gonna assume everything's acid, and if you throw something in my face, I'm coming after you until it starts burning, right? Yeah. And I'm rubbing that on your face too, as long as I'm able to.
I think I would offer the gentleman an opportunity to find out how much it hurts to wipe your ass after shitting out your own teeth.
Oh my God!
Look how long it took
How's that supposed to work?
Antifa to start putting instant cement in milkshakes, for Christ's sake, because they were throwing at people.
Well, they started their very first mainstream news thing that Antifa got well known for here in the United States. They were putting urine in the super soakers. That was day one. And technically it wasn't day one because Antifa's been in Europe for years, and they've been in the United States for years. They've just been getting major media coverage lately. But the first major media thing, they had super soakers with urine in it, and they were throwing bags of feces at people.
Yeah,
what's the proper? Good.
I'm just waiting for these idiots that are throwing water at cops, one of them to actually start doing acid or something, because I don't think the cops are going to put up with that too well or for too long if that starts happening.
They're up in the law now to make it a felony to do that to police. That was on the news this weekend. That in whatever city that's been a problem in, I don't know if it's in New York or Chicago or whatever. Yeah, they're going to make that
it's
an
happened in
automatic
multiple.
felony.
Yeah, it's happened in multiple cities.
Go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. I was just saying. It's crazy. Yeah.
I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more times. The left will destroy itself sooner or later. But the problem is we're all stuck in the middle while they do it. And when they're done, we're going to be the ones cleaning up the mess. And you could just imagine for a second that the New York City, just Manhattan, just the famous New York City Police Department didn't show up tomorrow because they were tired of being abused and they were tired of have their all their work stomped on by their mayor. And they just didn't show up for work tomorrow. Could you imagine the absolute chaos that would happen in New York City tomorrow? It's ridiculous.
So, what is the proper response to getting super soakered with urine? Because I can imagine myself flying off the chain a little bit, but
Yeah, I think anybody that's sane would probably fly off the chain a little bit if somebody's squirting piss at you. I mean, I don't care
Well,
if it's either the natural hose or if they're using a super soaker. Somebody's squirting piss at me from either source. I'm not going to be very happy about it.
Your defense can say, I'm sorry, but any more people use acid, and I can't take a chance at not being able to defend myself before I go down. I think that that'd be any logical argument in a situation like that. Maybe not in the UK. Sorry, bloke, but here,
He's in Florida. What does he care?
No, I'm just saying because of where he's, because the past, how people can't even defend themselves with anything anymore in the UK. But yeah,
and with urine, you don't know what diseases those people might have.
God.
Somebody could have hepatitis C and squirt piss at you, and next thing you know, you get that in your eyes and your mouth, and go next time you go to the doctor, you're getting blood work done, and you find out you got hepatitis C now because some asshole was shooting piss at you out of a goddamn squirt gun.
Yeah, there's a reason why I have a body fluid cleanup kit in my classroom.
And just as a public service announcement to everybody that's new to the GunTube live streaming thing here, currently Night Strike is screen sharing the Hangout, so the internal chat, he's not going to pay attention to that because if he opens it, everyone in the world will be able to see it since it's screen share. But we can all look at it and not have to worry about that. Just to let anybody who wasn't aware of that know.
Ah, good to know.
So again, why don't we stop here and have a little small interlude, and I put the link out there for the GunTube Indiegogo campaign again, and I just wanted to let you all know that I'm using OBS right now. I'm not using straight from GunTube Chamber because we need better hardware, and we can handle conversations like this off air, from the GunTube servers itself. But on air, I need better hardware in order to facilitate that. So we're using OBS to get it to merge with YouTube. But again,
is there some sort of way that somebody could support your effort to get better hardware to run this through the GunTube servers?
Yes, everyone can go over and donate or choose a perk at the Indiegogo campaign. That it's at that link that's out there on the YouTube side.
Yeah, and honestly, if you look at what it costs, it's really not that bad, to be honest with you.
So, and anyone who can help, please do so. If you can't, I understand. If you can't help financially, please share it on YouTube, share it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever social media mediums you use, Instagram, and let everyone know that, we're trying to do this for the gun community in itself, and, we need your help. But again, with the way Indiegogo is, you can just donate like $1 or $2 just through the system itself by just clicking back this. So, so any amount helps. Quite honestly, if we get the full funding, when we get the full funding, we can start off like we need to. But if in the chance that we don't, we have a contingency plan where, well, the servers are going to be a little smaller. We're going to have to scale back the plan, but we're still going to go forward with the plan because you know what, we're trying to digitally preserve the Second Amendment, not silence it.
And I also want to say, if anybody out there listening has thought about starting up a gun channel or doing gun videos, because we've had a lot of people over the last couple of years that were listeners that now have their own channels, you're kind of investing in your future here because you have an opportunity to be able to use GunTube yourself once it's up and running, and not have to pay for StreamYard or not have to, rely on funds to keep your channel going.
And with the help of my trusty calculator, there's 53 people watching on my stream that I can see. If all 53 people donated $5, that's $265 toward the goal, which would put us a lot closer to Night Strike's ultimate goal.
Hold on, so you
Sorry
can
to interrupt you, Travis.
No, it's all good, dude. I'm just listening, man. Chill. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, Kingpin, you can share it onto your specific YouTube.
Oh no, I meant this when I click over to watch the chat on YouTube, and it says how many people are
Gotcha.
watching. Sometimes yours will say 51 and mine will say 53, and it's not always the same. So I was just going by how many were on my screen.
All right, I misunderstood what you said.
Well, and I would say that this is the most important time ever to get things like this going. The more options that we as gun people have to share our voice and to get our voice out there and to be heard, it's under attack, and it's we're on lended time. Like, I don't know how much longer YouTube's going to let us be there before they completely shut down that kind of content. Right. So we can still be on there, but we're just going to be talking about like lasagna and shit. You know what I mean? Like, we won't be able to talk about guns. Or right. If that's the way it is, I'm not even going to be on there. I'm giving up YouTube.
Yeah, I think
and remember, GunTube isn't just voice chatting. GunTube is also video hosting. So eventually, if YouTube says we can't do our videos or our live streams on YouTube anymore, well, we've done the Indiegogo campaign. We've gotten the money to be able to hire someone to help us, get this working and straight to GunTube, and we'll just stream straight to GunTube.
Like David said, though, it's not just a channel. It's not just a platform. It's basically a family, man. This is where we go and hang out. This is how we enjoy each other's company, I think that's really important to get that out there, because it's just, if you don't, and then it's just another YouTube,
Plus, the way I see it too is it's also fulfilling the American dream. And I'll go ahead and go off of my naive rant one more time. Think about this. A year from now, we could be sitting back with GunTube live streaming through YouTube and GunTube that is pumping and growing and getting better and better. And when you got a complaint, you go right to that guy in the middle and say, Night Strike, my machine's not working. And he fixes it, or figures out how to fix it, or calls somebody to fix it. And we can have something that belongs to us. Each and every one of us can donate $1 or make a video or paste something on Facebook or however that works and promote it if you can't afford to donate to it. If you can do both, do both. But this is an opportunity for us to build our own thing and for us to have something that belongs to us.
Yeah, so when we were talking, if we have to use lasagna as code for gun, then we'll, lock and load up the lasagna.
You can call me Garfield.
Right. But
I was hoping someone would get that.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, Odie, lasagna.
John has a long mustache. There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall.
Look at my super stoker.
Heathcliff.
Yeah, that was a good cartoon, man. I love that one.
But again, that's why I decided tonight, I could go and I load up a Google Hangouts, but we've already got this working for a normal chat. So if I just use OBS to stream straight to YouTube with this stuff, then you know what? Why not? Because this shows that it already does work. It's just I need help making it better. And, who doesn't want a bigger, better running GunTube?
Yeah. Well, the opportunity is there for everybody to utilize. Just got to take the first step. Night Strikes gave you the door. You got to open it.
Dickheads don't want it to be bigger. That's who. Assholes.
Yeah, and there are certain Californians that don't. That's for sure. Again,
I'm having trouble.
Names.
What's happening?
I'm having trouble changing.
How did you change what?
Sorry, E Honda.
No, you're good. I'm having trouble changing my my picture. It's just some hippie.
you have to set up a gravatar.
Don't do
I
it from
did.
here. Yeah,
I
don't
thought I
do it.
did.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
to the actual Gravatar website and set it up through there. Don't set it up through the screen that you're in, because when you go to the actual website, it'll ask you for a password, which you won't have.
I think I got it.
Hey, Rich, did you get my email? I mean,
I don't know. I can check my email. How would I know?
whatchamacallit, David, did you get my email? Because I think I sent you an email a second ago, and that's the link you use to change the password. So
Okay,
type in your email, and it should send you a new password.
Yeah.
The link.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Okay. I was wondering why you sent me that. I got that a few minutes ago. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll check that out.
Yeah. Yes, the setup looks like the Partridge Family, but here's the thing. Everyone in the Hangout right now, and I'm just going to use Hangout as code for GunTube Chamber, but everyone here can change the view. They can have the Partridge Family type title set up like that, or we can have the normal Hangout setup, and you can scroll through the list of participants.
It's the Brady Bunch, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not the Partridge Family.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn
Brady
it.
Bunch.
Here's the story
We're
of a man named Night Strike.
No, we're the Hollywood Squares.
Oh, the Hollywood Squares. There we go. No,
Gary's the only bird here.
We're the gun.
He had lots of guns and was happy on YouTube. And then Google came along and started sucking. I don't know.
So there we go. I mean, anyone who's in a chat, you can change the perspective whether you want tile or not. So there is a a way to change it, and go ahead, play around with it.
Night Strike Midnight was asking, does it work with mobile? I think it did.
There is a mobile version, but it's not a GunTube branded mobile version. I'll get with you later, and I'll let you know what it is. Midnight. So.
That's the way we became the Night Strike Bunch.
Oh.
Didn't.
No, that's how you that's how you became the Strike Force.
Is it just me, or does Budget's avatar look like somebody pissed at Fine Apes Robbie?
And that is hilarious. I think I just came up with a
trying
really
to change
great
mine,
idea.
and it won't friggin' change.
Let's hear it, man.
Yep.
That's what I was saying. If you
I
can't,
signed in over on Gravatar, but no, it's not doing shit.
my experience is you got to do it all from Gravatar itself, but everybody else figured it out, so don't listen to me.
Okay, someone asked if this is the Brady Bunch. Who is Marsha? That would be Travis P11 over there.
I just had a great idea, and G-Webs is still out in the chat. We can have this can be like the screen for the next, Gun Channel's Family Feud or whatever, the next Gun Channel's game show.
Ooh.
You pick Travis P11 and then Obnoxious and Rich for the block, like tic-tac-toe or something like that.
I like that.
Well, Patrick from SpongeBob.
Well, that would be Hollywood Squares, That's what Hollywood
Well, we are
Squares was.
famous. I mean,
Well, that's what I'm saying. We could use this block format to run another game show.
Instead of Hollywood
So
Squares,
who would
we
be
need
the
bottom feeder YouTubers, right?
We would lose this layout if somebody came in to be the host of the show.
Okay, Rich. Thanks for just destroying all my ideas. What's your great idea there, buddy?
I don't know. I've been trying to figure out.
You got anybody else's Cheerios you want to piss in tonight? Or is it just keep it?
Hey, did you piss on Fine Apes, Robbie?
Nope, it wasn't me. But no, I've been trying to figure that whole thing out too. That's why I mentioned. I've been sitting here looking at this. Okay, we got the perfect thing to do, like a Hollywood Squares thing. But then if we have somebody host it, it's going to screw everything up. I've been trying to figure this out, and then somebody.
I just came up with another great idea.
I don't know how many people.
Have whoever's in the center hosting like Night Strike, whoever would set up the live stream, be the host, but the chat runs the whole thing. Like, we'll have two people out in the chat, like Seven Wonders and Jason Stewart. that are. Idea is getting worse and worse. Somebody else start talking.
Okay. So again, out there is the GunTube Indiegogo link. Check that out. You've seen that it does work. We are using it for hit or miss. We're gonna continue using it for hit or miss, come hell or high water. Whether we have to start small or we start loud and fast. It depends on you guys. You guys can help out great. If you can't, share it so that we can get the funding that we need for GunTube. Yes, Midnight Range. If you had the proper software, and I said I will let you know what that software is and how to set it up after the chat. So I'm not going to do it on air right now because this is hit or miss. We have to have some conformity. But anyways, yeah. So
that would be missed.
Hush. This isn't a gay frog chat.
Sorry.
Even though you forgot to talk about the moon Nazis on the dark side of the moon.
I didn't officially agree to that. That is a conspiracy, sir.
And the fact that we call Mars the red planet because the Soviets landed on there and created a base back in the 60s.
I do call conspiracy. Moon Nazis on the dark side of the moon. Everybody knows that's totally not true. There is no such thing as the dark side of the moon.
That's the transfer.
It's all dark, really.
They did make the documentary Iron Sky. In case anyone wants to see the documentary about the fact of the Nazis that are literally there.
No. Everybody knows that the moon is just painted on the big old dome that's covering the flat Earth.
It's a projector image. It's a projection of the moon.
Yeah, it's a hologram.
The stars too.
Well, no, because they wrote the dome covering it is actually a globe. The dome covering the flat Earth is actually a globe, which rotates. So when you're seeing the sun and the moon move across the sky, what that actually is the dome rotating.
Yeah, but that doesn't account for the phases. The hologram would account for the phases of the moon. Just being a painting doesn't account for the phases.
Now, seeing how we're all
why not? When it's on the flat side, they've got crews over there that are repainting it. Duh.
Stop putting chemicals in my water that turn the frogs gay. Okay?
They don't put chemicals in your water. They spray them out the airplanes, dumbass.
This is important stuff here.
Duh. Chemtrails.
All right. Anyways.
Maybe they do them both.
Chemicals in the water shit. That's the biggest. That's the dumbest thing ever. Everybody knows that it's chemtrails.
The frogs are being turned gay by the fluoride that's in the water. That's turning the frogs gay. And giving them great heat, by the way.
All right, we're done. So I want to thank everyone for showing up. I'm going to put the link out there again for anyone that wants to help back the Indiegogo campaign. And we're going to, let everyone say their outros and get the hell out of here and let Budget start up his stuff. So, Bloke, why don't you go first and, give us your outro.
Sure, man. Well, thanks for the invite. No need to check me out because I'm tiny, but check everybody else out in this panel. They're fantastic.
Check them out anyway. That's how you get untiny.
Thank you. But we got an esteemed panel. Night Strike's got a really good cause. I mean, it's not just for him; it's for you. He's doing it for you. It is a family, and all for one for all, man. Cheers.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's just neither you or I are French, and we're not going to go and use French terms. So, shame on you for even suggesting that. Cause
I just made it American.
Okay, you're making it American. Okay. United we stand. There we go. But you got to use the proper American terms because you're starting to sound French.
Bonjour.
See? Look what you did.
For sandwich.
All
right.
Arrivederci.
There you
No,
go.
that's Italian.
That's the wrong language.
All right, so Budget, go ahead and give us your outro.
I'm Mike from Budget Guns and Gear Reviews. I will be going live here momentarily, shortly after we get off of this. to talk about the Ohio Governor Mike DeWine's proposed gun control 17-point plan that he came out in the wake of the Dayton atrocity. So
It doesn't look good.
get on over to Budget Guns and Gear Reviews here on YouTube and check that out.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be over there.
All right. Rich.
Yeah, Sunday nights on over on the Unloaded Media channel, we have This Week Unloaded. So check that out. Some of the people that are here on this panel actually show up within our panelists over there. So check that out on Sunday nights at 8 Eastern.
All right. All right. All right. Travis.
Yeah, man, make sure you check out my channel, Travis P11 over there on YouTube. I'm also over on GunTube and YouTube and gunchannels.com and Gunstreamer, all those fun places. But do support the Indiegogo. Let's get this GunTube Live up and running. I think we should get this going because I think it's going to be a good thing. You guys can see it's going to work. It's got the potential to be great. And, it's not going to be long before other places start to boot us out, and it's just going to be us and GunTube, and that'll pretty much be it, in order to get our message out there. So make sure you do support it. And that's it, man. And make sure you subscribe to everybody that was on the panel this evening.
Absolutely. All right. Kingpin.
Sorry about that. I was on the YouTube chat. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. Definitely go check out the Indiegogo campaign and check out the Crazy Scotsman's giveaway. It's all about Jack. He's still got, I think, 3 more complete uppers to get rid of. It's $10 to get in, so go check those out. And
I want to say something about that real quick. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I apologize.
No.
But even I have gone and donated to Jack. I didn't give a lot, but I gave $10 in, to help out. So if you can't give just $10 to help Jack out, what the hell?
Yeah, it's guaranteed, absolutely 100% guaranteed. Every single penny raised goes to Jack and Mr. Holster. None of it's kept for gas money. None of it's kept for advertising. None of it's kept for any of that stuff. They get it all. And Budget, if you could type out in the chat, there's Dude Esquire's new, so I don't think he knows where your channel's at yet, but if you could type out in the chat so that way you could just link to your channel, I'm sure he'd love to come over and watch.
Let me pull that up.
Thanks for having me, Nice Trek. I appreciate it, brother, and congratulations on what you got going on here, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. Honda, I muted you because your microphone was giving problems. You can unmute yourself and talk because it's your outro. So press the unmute button. All right.
Oh, shit. Sorry, sir. Sorry. Yeah, my name on YouTube is eHonda720. I run a conspiracy chat on Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. We kind of talk about a specific different conspiracy every week and kind of do it from a pro-gun perspective and things like that. But check it out, and thanks for the invite, man, and definitely everyone give to the Indiegogo.
Thank you. All right. Obnoxious. What's going on, buddy?
Hello, governor.
Hello. What's this?
That was bloody
I
terrible.
threw a link to my channel out there in the chat on the YouTube side. So if somebody wants to find my channel, that's how they can do it.
All right,
Just gonna jump all over me, aren't you, Budget? I see how it is.
I'm sorry.
Man, I'm about 10 seconds away from getting wound up some bitch of the week here, so just back off.
Yeah, you know you're
Thank you.
We all know Budget's gonna win again this month.
That was my Seven Wonders impression of him doing an English accent, and that was actually better than his English accent. So
I don't know. I'd like to see you guys compete one more time.
Dude, I got you all smoked on this one. So.
you probably wouldn't, because I'm betting by the end of it your eye would be twitching.
Obnoxious one. You're always like that. You're always so fitty, aren't you? Obnoxious one. I swear.
I don't know. I believe I'm the winner at this point.
Oh,
So,
now you Honda.
it seems to be
all right,
Dude, I started now. I can't even get my
Don't be
plug in.
Honda. Don't be
I can't even
cross.
get my plug in now. You rotten bastard.
Come on.
You are so not keen, Honda.
I feel at home now.
I'll beat you guys. Let Obnoxious one finish his quote.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. check out my stuff. It's my channel is Obnoxious One. It's OBNXS1. Never mind all the fake obnoxiouses that have shown up in chats lately, like Obnoxious One with like Russian spelling, and you got Obnoxious Uno, and now we've got Obnoxious 2 showing up. Those are not me. I have filed copyright claims, and I will be coming after you bastards.
Is there a Muhammad
How do
Hunan
you know they're bastards?
obnoxious?
Because I'm pretty sure I know who every damn one of them is, and they're bastards.
If it was me, I would make a Hunan obnoxious one.
Mm-hmm.
It would be obnoxious Hunan.
Obnoxious Hunan.
You rotten, dirty sons of bitches.
It's sad that they use their time on this planet to actually
Check me out on Facebook and Instagram and the Twitter, which I don't do anything with the Twitter because that's a freaking cesshole. Right. So, yeah, stuff gets posted over there from Instagram. That's it. That's the only thing that goes over to the Twitter because that's a freaking cesshole. I've got no use for it whatsoever.
All
but
right.
thanks for having me on.
That's rather negative.
Thank you for
or you could be the Hispanic obnoxious Juan.
I am actually obnoxious Juan. I am actually obnoxious Juan. So if you see obnoxious Juan, obnoxious Juan snob is not me, and that son of a bitch is going away too.
All right. So our resident bird has been very quiet today. So Gizzard, are you still awake?
I am.
Well, thank you for showing up. You've been very quiet.
Hell, I didn't realize he was here.
So,
Yeah.
Give us your outro.
Well, GizzardGary.com's me. Check that out. Check out my website. But this ain't about promoting me. This is about promoting GunTube. So, everybody get out there to that Indiegogo and give till it hurts, man. Because this is not just Night Strike. This is all of us. So, help us all out. That's all I got to say. Give them the bird.
Give them the bird. Hashtag shall not be infringed.
Shall not be infringed.
So again, check out nightstrike.com. That's NIGHTSTRYKE.com.
Shall not be Hunan.
Ooh, that I might have to create that one. Let me type the Night Strike web address in there for everyone. All right, check that out. Just go to nightstrike.com. It doesn't matter. Check out the Indiegogo campaign for GunTube. And again, check out guntube.org. There we go. So those are the links out there. Check out guntube.org. And check out the Indiegogo campaign. Again, help us out. We're moving and shaking. So, get in on the first floor. As what we're doing with the Indiegogo campaign is we're imploring our investors and the people, and also not only the investors, but the people who will use this and watch these videos on YouTube. You guys are our investors, and not only just our investors, you're also users of GunTube. So you guys want to see this succeed as much as we do. So if you can help out $1, $5, hell, whatever you can, it'll help, and we will get that much further. So again, thank you all for watching. Thank you for checking out Hit or Miss. We will see you guys next week, and if this works as well as it did tonight, we'll do this again just like this next week. So shall not be infringed. And thank you everyone for listening. This was Hit or Miss.
No people.
Shall not be
Give them the bird.
Hashtag
Shall not be infringed.
Adios, Hunan.
I can't tell when it's over. Is it over?
Adios.
Adios, Juan. Adios, Felicia.
Gun snob.
Shall not be Hunan.
Shall
To
not be
paraphrase Oprah, links for everybody. So I just sent out my mass links.
All right.